There was a lot of difficulty families also facing, which I have seen it. Then suddenly one day I taken a decision of moving out from West Bengal, Kolkata to other city. So it was new. I know one of my friend, trusting him I just came Bangalore. I know now why I am in Bangalore, what else is happened in past, why it is happened, because it was his plan. And when he is having a plan, he is having a master plan. I'm Ankita Chatterjee, living in Bangalore, India. I'm living with my family, with my husband here in Bangalore. Basically from Kolkata, West Bengal. I belongs to a Brahmin Orthodox family. My childhood, it was always like doing lot of pujas to the idols, because as a Hindu Brahmin family, and that also Bengali Brahmin, we have lot of idols, not one or two, 33 crores of idols we used to worship. And every now and then we had lot of rituals at home. Every day we had a rituals at home. I was that particular time, like I was known for doing a good puja or a good rituals. People know me for that, like because my father was a priest. He used to do pujas in the temples also, even in the houses also. Any of the housewarming ceremony, any kind of ceremony, he used to perform pujas. He used to work for a railways, then he left the job. We had a good life, where we have everything what you ask, you will, like everything was there with us. And suddenly there was a time when we lost everything. We had some financial difficulties where we sold our house. We lost, I personally lost my uncle, who was very close to me, who used to take care of me. And that time I was just completing my 10th. Not good at that study, but yeah, I wanted to do something in my life. And that particular time, it was, if I tell you the years, it was around 2008. We are able to live with the basic needs was fulfilled. There was a lot of questions I had. Why this is happening to me? My uncle has recently died that time. Where he has gone? What happened to him? Can I able to meet him again? Will he take a rebirth? There wasn't so many questions, and nobody had an answer for that. There was a lot of difficulty families also facing, which I have seen it. Then suddenly one day I taken a decision of moving out from West Bengal, Kolkata to other city, Bangalore. And that time I was very young, some 17 years old. I know only Bengali language. I don't know English, Hindi or any other language which people talk. And I never gone out of my area, anywhere out. I have never been there. So it was new. I know one of my friend, trusting him I just came Bangalore. And I stole some money from home and came. And after coming here, the things has changed. Even it's become most difficult for me. I don't know where to start. When I came here, the language barrier was there. Other than language barrier, there was a lot of challenges I started facing. I wanted to study, but that was not happening. Because of the language, because of the only 10th I have completed. Then I connected with one of my teachers who helped me actually, to do my highest education. At the same time, I joined part-time. I was searching for a part-time job. Somehow I got a part-time job. When I started working, studying, when I see around us, now I have all the religions, people, all the religions are here, all peoples are there, and most of the time I was blessed to be with the community of Christians. I have lot of Christian friends. By this time, what happened? 3 years passed, and by this time I know all the languages. Like I learned a local language, I learned English, I know Hindi. Somehow I picked up the language. I got a good job. started working in a retail field now. Now retail field is something where you always work on all the holidays, all weekends, where you meet lot of people, customers, lot of people. And I started loving to see people's nature. There are so many customers we used to attend, and there is in different natures of them. Now again I come up seeing lot of Christian customers, how they behave with the people, how the love they start to showing people, and apparently my office was very close to the church. The church was St. Anthony's Friary Church, but I never used to go there because I don't know what is church is. Maybe once in a while, if any festivals like Christmas or anything with friends, I used to just go to see, take some photos and come back. That was the practice I had. So for me it was like one more God, like how we have other God, it's like one more God. But when I started, one of my friend started visiting the church on every day, like before coming to office, she will visit there and she will come. And I asked her one day, why you're late today? She was like, I attended mass and came. Now this is a new word for me. And I changed my job, and apparently whom I believed and came Bangalore, I got to know he took lot of loans from others in my name, okay, and he's vanished. And now I started getting pressure from the banks and other places where I have to pay the debt. But that was a situation for me where I don't know how to pay, because I earn some minimum wages I used to get. And for me it was difficult that moment to stay by myself, pay all those loans, and manage all these expenses, my daily expenses. Then somehow I started, my habits got changed by this time. I started getting addiction of all worldly things. I started visiting all the youthly things, what people experience in Bangalore. So that is something I got addicted to. Now I changed my job for a better salary, but addictions also got more. Somehow I paid my debts, but same time I started taking more credits from the people for myself now. It's not to pay debts or anything, but it's just to for my addiction. Now till all the situation, I never told my parents about single thing. They have no idea. They never came and visited me here. They called me always there in back home, but I never gone back. I said I have a good life, I can take care of myself, don't worry about it. And they were assured that I'm in a good place. But this time when all these things was happening, I started losing my sleep at night. I used to go for a ride, go for a solo trip, used to sit on the night on the roads, and it was very difficult for me to understand what is happening, because I never used to get sleep, and addictions also increase. Now I have to go morning for work, night I'll come back, again the same things I'm repeating. Now I thought something is happening which I'm not able to understand. There was a moment, even I thought I may lose my life now, this is done, I'm done with my life. That was the situations I have gone through. When I was going through it all situation, luckily I met few of my friends who don't support my addiction, don't support my wrongdoing, and both of them were Christian. And once I start seeing them, they have lot of change in their attitude towards me, how others behave with me, they never behave the same way with me. I started seeing them, they are different. Both of them are different for me. What is happening? Whenever I'm with my friend, she always used to, so polite towards me. She never encouraged me to do anything wrong. Whenever my friend with other friends, if I'm there, he always talk about what is right, what is wrong, but he will not do anything to harm people. And when I was seeing them, everything, again I changed my job. And this time I visited my hometown with my friend Stephen that time, and He visited my home, my friend's school friend's marriage was there. Again, all the rituals, everything he have seen. I was started doing again the same thing because I am Hindu, right, that time. Then we came back to Bangalore. By this time, his family started pressurizing him for the marriage. And for me also, my parents started saying to get married, okay. They were like, they were searching for guys for my marriage. And there wasn't time even Stephen's parents sent photos of the girls to show him. Yeah, show him, and because I was his friend, so I started showing him. He also went, visited some of the girls' houses to check and all this thing, but he decided he will not get married. And by this time, one day once he came back, he said, you know, Ankita, what, let us get married, we know each other, there is nothing to hide, so let us tell our parents. And for me it was a shock, how can I, for me it was like different, like I will get married to a different religion, different caste. It was impossible for me, like my parents for sure they will not agree, and I'm also, he's my friend, I cannot get married to a friend, then I lose my friend also who is there, right. Then somehow I decided ki let us get married, let us tell our parents. 2020 start, his parents agreed, so it was a luck for me that my parents accepted. And for me it was like how it is possible, but they accepted, it is good for me. They cannot communicate to each other, I cannot communicate to my in-laws because of I don't know Tamil by that time, and they don't know other languages, and it was difficult to communicate, but somehow everything's gone sorted now. Now there was a time come, he said, you know what, as a Christians, if we want to get married, we have to get married in church, that's what my family said, and you decide you want to get baptized or not. Now for me baptism is a new word, I don't know. Then I was like, there are so many gods, one more god will get added, so there is nothing wrong in it. So when they said that one, right, I visited church. This time I visited church, and that was a season of Lent. So I was started seeing everybody is like, you know, they was praying, fasting, all this thing I observed. Then I started asking why they are fasting, what is the requirement of fasting and praying. And then Stephen explained me. After that, like when I got interest, you know, like I got an interest that something is there, I need to know. So by this time I started reading audio Bible, hearing the audio Bible, started going to mass, experiencing the explanations behind that Bible verses. And this is a time I was very much curious, you know, like who is he, who is that God, you know, I just want to, so many gods I know, now let me understand this God, okay. But I was not sure by that time Jesus was a God or he was a saint. So when all this question was there, and then I went to, we met parish priest, and he said you have to go through a Catholicism classes before you take baptism. And he wrote in one paper one person name, and he said it is a Divine Spark, a group from our parish, and they will guide you with the Catholicism classes. And that is the time I got introduced to Divine Spark from the church. That is a prayer group, spiritual prayer group. Then my Catholicism class started. There brother Prabhakar, he started taking my Catholicism classes. So it was planned 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning. But since it was a lockdown, there wasn't so many my questions, and I was always welcomed. They welcomed me with warm-heartedly with all my questions, and I started attending my Catholicism classes from 10 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock in between lunch break, and it happened for a 1 month. This 1 month, day, night, afternoon, every time I was surrounded by Word of God, and this is the time I was sure ki who is Jesus. I know who is the real God. who is taking care of me so long, why he called me in Bangalore, and I know he is there with me. There is no other God than Jesus for me, and it was very clear. Now there was in situations where I was ready to get baptized, not for marriage. If I don't get married also, it's fine for me, but I want to get baptized. That was a situation for me. God's words, like everything was true. Like when I can experience that where 2 or 3 gathers, I'm there in the midst. That was something, it was for me. I can experience that He's there. There is nothing, like for me, I felt so blessed that time, so blessed. So we also somehow were like able to convince parents. They taken all the permissions, came here. Within 50 members, we married, right? And after that, life has changed drastically. Like the moment I know Jesus, Catholicism class started, my addiction just like that gone. There wasn't zero addiction, not even temptation. I don't know how it has happened. It's not by me, it's grace of it's His power, His grace that I can able to come out of all kind of addiction. And happily I got married. And after my marriage, even there wasn't this family prayers started. Okay, there was a not so formal way, because still I was learning Him, started knowing about Him, started knowing about the Bible verses. But every time I have any issue, if I open a book, open a Bible, I'll get a verse which is for me. It's like indicating me it's for you. You have a questions, I have an answer. Your parents will abandon you, but I will not abandon you. That is the verse, I was so sure it was for me, because it's not that my parents abandoned me, but when I see around me, like everybody nowadays, everybody will leave you and go, but God is someone, He's always there with you. Everybody will reject you, but He will be with you. That is something, given me so much of confidence, like I don't know from where my nature arrogance, before I was from there, I become humble, where I never used to respect elders. I become someone, I started respecting my parents, I started taking care of them, where I never used to help people, this is a time I was wondering how can I help other person where they can experience this love of Jesus. That experience is something, personal experience. It's very important for people to know. Until they get that love, that experience of love, it is I have less of word to explain how that experience feels. And for me, this is the joy which I want to share with everybody. I nourish so much in my spiritual life. They have regular prayers on online that time. Started joining, started understanding about Him more. If I have any spiritual questions, I know where to ask. I know somebody will answer me other than judging me. There was a lot of persecutions came from the friends, like lot of friends. Before I used to put quotes from the Gitas. Now I started posting quotes from the Bible. So people were like, why you're doing that? How can you change so much? How can your God changing? Keep on changing it every day. Because I love someone, so I'm worshipping Him because I love Jesus. I started reading Bible again, and I don't know what happened. I started giving them an answer with the Bible verse, and I can able to explain that Bible verse with their problems. Every problems they are having it, I can able to give the solution with the Bible verse. So once I got pregnant, I started praising, worshipping every day with the kid. And unfortunately, after 6 months, doctor told me that baby's heartbeat they cannot hear, and there is no life in the baby. Even that experience of losing a child, how Mother Mary must have felt that time, a small experience I got that time, and my respect towards Mother Mary increased a lot by this time. and I know losing a child, it's so difficult. And that also like when you know, for me, I can able to experience her feelings, I can able to relate to her feelings. And once I'm back home, I was still recovering. For me, it was a very clear that like me, lot of mothers are there, lot of parents are there, they're losing their child, and they should not lose hope that they cannot conceive or they cannot have a child. They have lost it. Jesus given himself for us. He has died for us. So there is nothing impossible for him. That was a clear for me कि I'll become more stronger in faith. Nobody can take me down now. My faith become more stronger after that. So when I look back my childhood and now, I always find a reason. He always had a purpose for my life and he saved my life. I know now why I am in Bangalore, what else is happened in past, why it has happened, because it was his plan. And when he is having a plan, he is having a master plan. He always had a purpose for my life and he saved my life. Still I am experiencing his love, and I can surely say Jesus is my savior.